in. Have a safe day. Have a safe week ahead of you. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. Wow. You know, today's Sunday. It's a new week. You know, when God comes into your life, you know, when you least expect it. Because you don't know that God is aware. When you're aware of yourself, you have the God within you. You know? And it's so crazy that a person will dim your light within dimming your light because they don't want you to see your worth. They want you to live in fear and be discouraged. They don't want you to have the hope within yourself. They want you to believe within believing that going against your neighbor is the norm. They want you to believe that allowing yourself to become your worst enemy is the norm. It's not the norm. It's not. It never was. It never was. And it's sad to see that you been psyched out your own thought process for a narrative of a narrative to allow you to believe was the norm to hurt your own self with your own words. When you're so powerful, not only are you so powerful, but when you're a child of God, that energy hit different. And because you're so powerful, God allows you to see another day. And because God allows you to see another day, guess what? Even if you feel like God didn't choose you today, guess what? When you look at the reflection of yourself, guess who chose you still? You still was chosen to see another day. You still was able to wake up to see another day. That job opportunity didn't work out for all the right reasons. Those friends groups didn't work out for all the right reasons. That relationship didn't work out for all the right reasons. Them folks that came into your lane and they took your kindness for weakness, they wasn't supposed to be part of your journey for all the right reasons. But when you don't dim the light of yourself, to understand to self-reflect, to understand to go within, to have patience for yourself and love yourself in the most healthiest way, not to dim your light. Because when you go within to understand your trauma and your pain, you got to be mentally ready. You got to be mentally stable. To understand within awareness that things they allowed you to believe was the norm wasn't the norm. To shortchange yourself. For you to go back and forth with your neighbors at the end of the day. For what? To sit there and psych your own self out your own freedom, your thought process? Or your pockets at the end of the day? But when you understand the awareness, right? Self-awareness, self-awareness, self-healing, self-respect, self-peace, self-control, self-discipline, self-confidence, self-care, self-value, self-love, self-worth, self-patience, healthy boundaries, healthy balance, boundaries is very important. So when you elevate, you understand the awareness, how you have balance to show up for yourself, not to shortchange yourself. But that's what the enemy wanted you to do. They wanted you to shortchange yourself. But when you're mentally ready to go within, to do your healing, because when you start healing, right, it would never be an overnight process when you choose yourself to come out your comfort zone, because your trauma, your pain allows you to delay yourself. And I say that respectfully. Not only did you delay yourself, but everything's at right timing. When you least expect it, your time is always right. Why? Because you had to go through what you needed to go through, so you can have the proper awareness to show up for yourself, not to shortchange yourself. Then when you're like, nah, that wasn't part of the plan. Not God's plan, at least. The good God. The good God that's not going to go against you. The good God that's going to show you at the end of the day, hey, be patient with yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, value yourself, respect your neighbor in your own lane. The energy hit different. When you matter and you are worthy, not to dim your light. When it starts with healing, you have to be mentally ready And you have to show up for yourself the most healthiest way. Not because you see a neighbor showing up for themselves in the most healthiest way and they show you at the end of the day they ain't gotta wear a mask to tune into themselves. But you actually mean what you say to understand your awareness so you don't repeat old cycles, so you don't repeat old habits, so you don't repeat becoming your worst enemy, so you don't repeat the norm of the norm that they said was the norm to shortchange yourself. Because you matter, you're worthy. I'm sorry they gave up on you. I'm sorry they overlooked you. I'm sorry they allowed you to believe that you was not unworthy of yourself to show up for yourself. I'm sorry that happened to you especially. You wasn't deserving of that. You wasn't deserving of the short end of the stick. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. No, you was not. You know, being sexually assaulted as a child, dealing with domestic violence, dealing with toxic family, dealing with discrimination, dealing with, people who don't see your worth in the most healthiest way. Sickness, you put a name to your book. They was quick to judge a book by its cover type of energy. Hate crime. You matter. It went from your childhood, went into your adulthood. How do you heal within? You ask yourself. You just want to find peace within without wearing that mask. But you gotta mean what you say and say what you mean. You can't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. It would never make sense, and I say that respectfully. To tune into yourself in the most healthiest way. Because you matter, and you are worthy. But you gotta understand you can't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door, wearing a mask to try to tune into yourself. It's not gonna make sense. You're only gonna shortchange yourself. You are. You gotta mean what you say and say what you mean. With change comes growth, with growth comes true self-awareness, understanding yourself today. That you mean what you say and say what you mean without wearing a mask, to understand your trauma and your pain. To mentally go within. It's not gonna be an overnight process when it comes to healing. It's not. But you matter and you are worthy not to shortchange yourself because they allowed you to believe it was the norm of the norm to shortchange yourself. God said there are better days ahead. There are. But you gotta tune into yourself in the most healthiest way because Judgment Day's been here. If you have not been paying attention, you matter and you are worthy. You are. To not allow yourself to dim your light because someone doesn't see your worth. Or allow yourself to hold yourself back from your future, for your future, because someone doesn't see your worth or your value. You tie your shoe differently today, but you're not shortchanging yourself. You know how to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, to stay in your own lane, regardless of your disability. If you're disabled, regardless of your sexual orientation, your culture, it don't matter if you're elderly or not. Because you matter, you're worthy, never to allow someone to allow you to believe that dimming your light was part of the plan. Because God has not dimmed your light. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, this page is not for everybody, and that's okay. But I truly appreciate it down to the genuine ones only. You matter and you're worthy. And I hope that you have a safe day. Not only is it a safe day, but I hope you have a safe week. Protect your energy. Not everybody is deserving of your time and day. And I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. And God is still patient with you. But you have to be mindful to understand the awareness, to understand how God is still being patient with you. When you go within and do the proper healing, to understand the awareness that God is still patient with you. Stop the violence. Stop the hate crime. Stop the discrimination card. Stop going against your neighbor when they don't have malicious intentions to go against themselves or others around them. It's called respect, neighbor. It's the thought process for me. Yeah, when you matter, you are worthy. Never to allow someone to shortchange you to dim your light. I gotta go! Now you genuine love, respect. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely love all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated respect and mercy by days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Never allow a hate in disguise or personal malicious intentions like your thought process, like your feeling, your pockets, or your eyesight, because they ain't got good intentions. I actually preach your time to the genuine one only. I gotta go. Have a good day. Now you genuine love, respect.